I first walked into a Waldorf early childhood classroom, I was in search for a preschool for my daughter. And I walked in and everyone was cutting vegetables for the soup that they would later enjoy for snack. The teacher didn't say a word and was humming, and the children were so engaged in what they were doing naturally.
What do you do here that is so fun for you?
Playing outside. Playing outside. Baking the bread that we make here.
It was a really beautiful thing to see, all these little people so engaged.
I like that the community is so loving and all the teachers understand what you can do, and everybody teaches you what you really want to know and what you need to know for the real world.
And it was just like food for my soul. And it felt like it was gonna be food for my children's souls to come here, like talking about the curriculum at every level and the outdoor play and the nature-inspired and art-inspired curriculum. It just felt like right and it felt like what my sons needed.
The 25th anniversary of the school means that we have succeeded as a unit, as a community, to keep the school alive and keep it thriving and hopefully keep it fresh as we continue. And it means a legacy that you're carrying. You know, people have passed the torches from the first people that started the school, the little one-room school in the church, and then, moved into a building and then built on the building.
I was one of the early childhood teachers in the schools, the early parts of its growth. So I came after about 2 years. Pia Antonetti was the teacher. It was an early childhood school. There was no grade school. I remember sitting at a table in the old church building where we were renting space to have this early childhood program and a parent-child class. And there was a group of us sitting together, a group of parents. And we were really having a conversation about how committed are we to this philosophy of education, and were we willing to work for something if our own children, who were little, running around everywhere, our own children might not benefit from it. And unanimously, everyone at that table said, yes, I'm willing to, volunteer, just learn what I can, give generously to the school. I'm willing to work for this, even if my own children can't benefit. That's a very different perspective. It wasn't like I'm doing this so my kids can benefit. It was like, I'm doing this and it's a leap of faith. And in the end, everybody who was sitting there, all of our children attended the school. It ended up, it came to life. It just blossomed at that point.
It's changed a lot. The room that we're in right now didn't have a class in it, and it used to be used in the morning as for a bake sale that the parents would put on, and they would hang around and chat and talk, and kids could come in and get bagels and things like that. Now, as you've seen, every square inch is used for classroom space.
People put countless hours into it, so many days, blood, sweat, and tears into it to keep it alive and keep it going.
I feel like it's really matured a lot. It's like watching someone younger than you and your family grow up, where you can appreciate who they were before, but you're glad to see them, continuing on their journeys.
And even when things were hard, we went through hard times. The school went through lots of growing pains. And that idea of just hold the course and stick with it.
And here we are, holding the baton now and looking down the road and seeing where do we want the school to go next? We made it 25. What will the next 25 years look like?
I think what makes us unique is our size. We have 10 to 14 students a class, and they socialize, but they also get a really nice tailored education because the teacher has space for them.
I think a lot of people looking into a method of education for their child, I think a lot of folks are attracted to the home-like environment here.
The first thing that popped to my mind was just home. It was just like another home. And obviously, especially as a teacher, you spend so many hours here and your kids spend so many hours here, but you get to see them really grow up here. I mean, it's incredible. And obviously, any school your kids are going to be at, they're going to spend a ton of time at, but it feels different here because it's where they might have lost their first teeth. It's where they had 8 meals with their teacher and with their fellow students, and then as they go up in the grades, where they left for field trips, and where they learned how to paint, and where they learned how to play music, and where they learned how to sing.
Waldorf education, to me, is always striving to educate an entire person, right? So we say head, heart, and hands a lot, but really, truly, like making sure that we're not just completely being academic and heady, that there is some sort of component that gets our physical body engaged, because it's been proven that that's going to help retain it in your memory and in your body.
You really learn a lot of things that a lot of other schools don't, like knitting, cooking, and how to grow plants and how to take care of them.
Farming and handwork, and also using stuff that we learn in class in handwork and farming.
And it's really fun too.
Here at Da Vinci, we recognize each student for their creativity and their unique take on the world.
I've had the same teacher ever since first grade, and that doesn't happen to everybody, but my teacher is Miss Fiscom, and I think she's really awesome in that she knows all of us very well, so she knows our capabilities and what we can do and what we can't do.
I value that my youngest son needed something different than his preschool was giving him. We were feeling the stress of early academics, so he started in the early childhood program here and was given the opportunity to just play and explore and learn that way and come into his body before he was sitting down to formal academics in first grade. So then when he did get there, he wanted to be there, and he wanted the letters and the numbers and the everything.
I think in addition to our physical growth, we're also seeing what it looks like to collectively grow together. And that is really exciting.